Okay, so today we're gonna go over 5 different workouts that you guys can do to help your strength for your knee bar. It's not just for a knee bar, it could be any leg lock, but it's anything to do with your legs, right? So if we're trying to do our arm bar, which you guys will kind of notice, arm bars are really similar to knee bars. The 2 big things, the knee pinch and the leg curl, we're gonna be going over that today. And if you guys don't have like another gym membership, we try to make this as easy as possible. So the only equipment you're gonna need is a resistance ball here, a medicine ball, and a kettlebell. And we only chose that kettlebell because it's easy to store, especially if you're gonna do this at your house or something. You can get a pack of 4 of these at like a lot of different stores for pretty cheap too. So it doesn't require a lot of money to have all this stuff. A lot of jiu-jitsu gyms that we've noticed, they usually have this equipment. You're not gonna get a lot of setups like a whole bar and everything like that too. So this will make it really easy on you guys. You could also do this maybe 15 minutes after you're done rolling and everything. That's probably the best time to hit it. If you wanna do it on a separate time when you're already lifting at like 24-hour fitness or something, you can kind of mix this kind of stuff in too. So we're gonna get right after it, and we're gonna go over the first one. Okay, so first thing we're gonna go over is air squats. Okay, it's gonna work your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. Okay, super important anytime you're doing submissions with involves your legs. Okay, so we do our air squat. Most of you guys should know this already. Okay, I want my feet like a shoulder width apart. Okay, when I'm going down for my squat, you just want to make sure that you're not going over your toes here. Okay, because it's not good for your knees, and it's not going to hit your quads quite the way you want to. I'm going to throw my butt back here, and I want to squat like I'm sitting in a chair here, okay? You want your hip crease to come below your knees, so you don't have to go all the way down to your feet, okay? But hip crease below the knees right here is not enough. Here's that sweet spot and coming up, and make sure you're extending all the way up when you come up too. So you don't want to, if you start picking up the speed, you don't want to start shortening the movement, okay? So again, I'm going to go air squat here, and I like to just throw my arms out forward because it helps me kind of counterbalance and coming up, okay? And a regular rep is just going down and up, okay? Okay, so the next one we're going to work is back extension with the resistance ball here. Okay, again, you could do this one at the gym and stuff. Just if we have a resistance ball with us. Okay, so when I go to do this here, make sure my stomach's on it. If I go a little too far here, when I go to bend forward, my feet are going to come off the ground. So you still want to make sure your stomach and part of your chest is on top of the ball here. And I like to put my hands behind my back. And we'll go a little bit wide feet here. If you get really good at this, you can bring your feet together. It's gonna make you engage your core more, okay? So right now it shows wide feet. I'm gonna bring my body down here, and then I'm gonna extend up. Now when I go to extend up here, I wanna make sure I hold for like a second, okay? So I'm coming up, hold, and then come back down. Hold, come back down here, okay? With the ball here, as I go, you want to make sure as you're doing each rep that you don't gradually start inching yourself forward, because as you'll see, there's nothing anchoring my feet, so I don't want to fall down here, okay? So I'll keep it back. I'm going down and up, holding for a second, coming down. Up, up, and up. Okay, so the next one we're going to go over now is deadlift. Again, I'm going to use this one with a kettlebell. You could use it with any weight. As you can see, I'm using 1,000 pounds for this one. Okay, so as we do this one too, a couple different things to concentrate on. So as I'm going for the weight, and it's good to, when you go to get set up here, again, just feet like shoulder width apart. Okay. As I go down for it, okay, just make sure we keep our back locked in here, okay? So what I like to do a little bit is I like to kind of stick my butt out a little bit here so it locks my back in. The wrong way to pick up and grab this is if I bend over and I bow my back like this here, okay? So I want to stick my butt back, lock everything in. Now as I go down, I don't want to bend my knees. I'm going to go down, grab the weight here. Now I'm going to start my reps here, okay? So I'm coming up, and I want to make sure I throw my hips all the way in too. Like I don't want to shorten it here. Throw my hips all the way in. Now we go back down. I like to look forward, keep my back straight, go all the way down, and you should really feel that stretch in your hamstrings here. And then coming up here, going down. And again, I'd be taking a deep breath as I'm going down. And then exhaling when I come up. Here. Okay, so next one here we're going to work is the adductor, right? So it only requires us to have a resistance ball here and a medicine ball. Now there's a bunch of different size balls. The bigger the ball for your medicine ball, the better off it's going to be, okay? Because when we go to pinch, we want to put ourselves more at full extension with our knees, okay? So when we pinch from a farther away distance, it's going to make us even stronger when we get in closer. So if you can get like a pretty big medicine ball, we're only using a 10-pound ball, so it doesn't have to be super, super heavy. But you have the choice of the smaller ones and the bigger ones, so we kind of want to go with big as possible when you do this, okay? So here, I'm setting up here, okay? And at first when you do this too, if you want to have someone put the ball here, you can, okay? So here, so I'm going to pinch with my knees here. And you got to make sure it stays pinched because you will drop it here, okay? And then just put my hands behind my head here. In the beginning, when you're first learning, just if you want to get a couple reps this way to get your balance, you put your hands on the floor. But you want to do it with your hands behind your head here, okay? Keeping my knees pinched, and I'm throwing my hips up in the air. Up, hold, and then coming down. Up, hold. And you want to go right before your butt hits the ground, so you don't want to be touching the ground here. Coming up, here, and up. Okay, last one we're going to work here is our leg curl, okay? Obviously, this is super important for knee bar, but it's important for a lot of different submissions, arm bar in particular, okay? The leg curl is going to keep the person scooped in here, and it's really going to keep the person from moving around on you, okay? So again, all we're going to require for this one is a resistance ball, okay? Now we come up here. I'm going to put both of my heels on the ball here. They don't have to be pushed together. Like I can have them spread out. It depends on the size of the ball. Like if I have a big ball, you can have them a little farther or whatever. But here, you still want it relatively on top. Like I don't want it on the sides here. Okay. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I want to get my hips up in the air here. Okay, here. Now, in the beginning, when you're first learning, if you want to get the balance, you can put your hands on the floor, but you want to be able to do this with your hands off the floor, okay? Now, I'll try to do this slow. It's a little bit harder to hit really slow, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leg curl, so I keep my heels on the ball here until my feet go flat to the ball, and make sure you're like a straight line here. Like, you want to make sure you're not here. You want to be hips all the way up here, okay? Now, we're going to go down, straighten my legs, and then pushing up, coming up here. Down, and up here.
If you like the technique we go over today, don't forget to subscribe, share, or like.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions on the techniques we already showed or requests on leg lock related techniques in the future, leave it in the comment section below. And if you want to follow us or our channel on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, we'll make sure we'll post links in the description. And don't forget, keep drilling.